Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Josh, and today I will be talking to you guys about the different college program roles that you can get on your Disney college program. So I'm trying to do like this Disney college program series, just laying out all the details of the Disney college program. So if there's anything that you want talked about, please let me know down in the comments. But for today, I will be talking to you guys just about the different roles. So let's get started. I actually have all of the roles on my iPad just for reference so that I don't forget about any. And I will talk to you guys about, in detail about each of the roles as much to my knowledge as I know, right? So the very first role on the Disney college program that you can end up getting is something in food and beverage. And there's going to be two different ones in there. So the first one is a seater. So for a seater, think about being a host or a hostess at a restaurant, and that's kind of what you'll be doing on your Disney college program. So there's so many cool different restaurants that you could be doing at Disney World, right? I mean, you could be a seater at Cinderella's Royal Table, or you could be one at Be Our Guest, or you could be at a smaller one at a resort. I don't know too many college program participants who have been seaters on their college program. However, it is possible, and I haven't heard any really negative experiences about being a seater on a Disney college program. It's very chill, very easy, very lax. So definitely something to consider. The next one is being quick service at Disney World. Now this one really does kind of get a bad rep on the college program. It's typically considered probably the least fun role that you could get on your college program, or if not the least, one of the least fun roles you could get. So if you've ever worked at a fast food place, it might be kind of a similar experience to that, right? So for instance, I've worked at Chick-fil-A before, so I can imagine that it would be kind of similar to working somewhere like that. You're just working at a quick service restaurant at Disney World, and quick service literally just means, a fast-paced, fast service restaurant where you order at a counter and then the guests pick up their food. And at quick service, you could be, in the kitchen kind of helping prep food. You could be, serving the food to guests. You could be taking orders. You could be helping like clean up the restaurant. So there's a bunch of different things that you could be doing with quick service on Disney college program. I know a lot of people who got quick service. I've heard some pretty positive remarks. This is where, people have made their lifelong friends and they had a blast because of the people they worked with. And then I also know people who didn't really have much fun at quick service. They didn't like the people they were working with. They thought the job was really boring, it was long hours, it was really tedious. So this one can really be a mixed bag for some people. Okay, so moving on. The next role I was going to talk about is in retail and sales, and that's merchandise. Now the really cool thing about merchandise is you can work basically at any merchandise location in all of Disney World. As long as you're trained in merchandise, you're able to pick shifts up at any of the parks, the resorts, so there's a lot of different variety and costumes that you can be doing. Costumes you can be wearing if you're doing merchandise, right? So as a merchandise cast member, you will get assigned one home base where that's where all of your shifts will be. So for instance, you could be at the circus at Magic Kingdom in merchandise, right? And that's where all of your shifts are going to be. However, you can always trade your shifts with other cast members at any location at Disney World as long as you have the training for any of these locations. So for most merchandise locations, you'll have the training and you can work, for instance, a card in Fantasmic, or you can be, at Animal Kingdom. There's just so many different places that you can get with merchandise. So for that reason alone, a lot of people really enjoy merchandise. However, it can be hard to meet people in merchandise because you might be working at so many different locations that you're not working with the same people every day. And for a lot of college program participants, where you work is where you're going to make a lot of your friends, right? So sometimes it can be really nice to have consistency of seeing the same people every day and working at the same location. So I guess you'll kind of have to think about if, working at different locations would be something that would appeal to you, or if working at the exact same location would be a better fit for you. And also, if you've worked in merchandise, make sure to comment down below, or really any of these roles, and provide your experience so that they can know, so that, the viewers can know, your pros, your cons in working in this specific um, type of work. All right, so moving on from merchandise, we have the operations side of things. And the very first thing you could get within operations is attractions, right? So with attractions, you'll be working basically one attraction, sometimes two or three, depending on the area that you're in. And you'll get to know everything that there is to know with this attraction, right? So you'll be, up front greeting guests. You could be working on the actual ride, pressing the buttons, helping people into their seats. You could be, helping with Fast Pass, or I guess they call it Genie Plus now, right? So there's so many different things that you could be doing on attractions. And depending on the attraction, you could have a blast, but it could also be really boring, You could get an attraction like Tron, you could get Guardians of the Galaxy, you could get Living with the Land, you could get the carousel. There's so many different attractions at Walt Disney World that you could get. But for the most part, I've heard really positive things about attractions. It can be really fun. That's where you meet a lot of your friends, just like all the other places. It really just depends on what you're looking for, right? The next one is custodial. Now, this one also gets a really bad rep, right? Because most people don't really dream of cleaning up the parks, cleaning bathrooms on their college program. That's typically not what most people want. However, the nice thing about custodial is you have a lot of freedom in this role, right? So there's going to be a lot of downtime that you have where you don't have to be cleaning anything. And so you can make a lot of magic with guests. And a lot of people really enjoy that aspect of custodial. Again, if you've done custodial, please comment down below and let everyone know your experience with it, because this one can be pretty varied. Some people really love custodial and some people really don't. The next one is working on the monorail. So this one is pretty pretty easy to explain. You'll literally be working on the monorail. You won't necessarily be driving the monorail, but you'll be helping with the line, explaining to guests. You'll be helping board guests on the monorail, helping, with just any of the monorail side of things. Okay, the next one is PhotoPass photography. So I actually have a lot of friends on my college program that did PhotoPass, and a lot of them really, really did enjoy it. So you'll have one park that will be your home base for PhotoPass. So you could be Magic Kingdom or Epcot or Studios or Animal Kingdom. And, as a PhotoPass photographer, you're taking pictures of guests, right? So you could be with a character, right? And helping take those moments of guests with the character interactions. You could be on Main Street taking pictures for people in front of the castle. There's so many different photo spots that you could be in. And with that role, you will literally be taking pictures all day long, right? So for some people that would sound really boring, but for some people it's a really great opportunity. And if you love photography, make sure during your phone interview with the Disney College program, make sure you kind of explain, hey, I have this love for photography. I would really love to do PhotoPass. So that's kind of what the PhotoPass photographers do at Disney World. All right, so the next one is a Skyliner gondola cast member, and that's pretty self-explanatory as well. You'll literally be helping on the Skyliner, which is Disney's form of a gondola, and you'll be helping board people and just all of that operation side of things. So pretty self-explanatory. And then there's watercraft. So that's going to be helping with all the watercraft on property. There's boats that go from Epcot to the resorts. There's some from Disney Springs that go to resorts. So there's just different watercraft opportunities. Same with the Magic Kingdom resorts that you could be helping out with. I don't know too many college program people who have gotten, watercraft or gondola or monorail. That's a pretty rare position to get, but you could get it. So it's good to know about, what exactly you'd be doing. Okay, so next we have recreation jobs at Walt Disney World. And the very first one is children's activities. So this is a really sought after role at Disney World, especially by elementary education majors, right? They're probably going to get first priority at this role. But this is going to be helping with, children's activities at the resorts, right? So you could be helping facilitate games during the pool. You could be helping with the movie night at nighttime, facilitating the campfire and s'mores with the kids. And each resort has like a clubhouse type place where, parents can go with the kids or drop off kids, and kids can just play in there. And so you'll just be helping facilitate all those areas as a children's activities. Cast member, I've only heard really great things about this position. It's a really sought after role. It's a lot of fun. Think about working, like in childcare or, like at your gym's child facility. It'll be very similar to something like that. Okay, the next one is lifeguard. Now, my roommate actually was a lifeguard on my Disney College program. And as a lifeguard, you'll either be put at a resort pool or you'll be at Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. And you really will be just watching the water all day long. Disney's very strict with their lifeguards. They put them through multiple tests. You'll have to swim really well. And as a lifeguard, you have to constantly be walking back and forth on the pool. If you've ever been to a Disney pool, you'll notice that they're always walking back and forth, and that is a requirement as a lifeguard there. So I've heard from my friends that those hours can be really long, can be really boring, but if you don't love talking to people, and you really do enjoy the aspect of, potentially saving someone's life in a pool, and you're a really good swimmer, then lifeguarding might be for you. And also, lifeguards get paid higher than other cast members on the Disney College program because they do have that life-saving skill and CPR skills and all these skills. So I believe it's $1 more than the rest of the college program. So that's also kind of a benefit as a lifeguard. Okay, the next one is recreation attractions. So this could be anything from helping out in the pool area to just different recreational activities at Walt Disney World. You could be helping with mini golf or just any of those other attractions that aren't necessarily in a theme park. So that also includes like water park attractions or different things in the water parks. So I don't know many people at all in my college program who have done recreation attractions. So I don't have too much to say about it, but that's just kind of the breakdown for that one. Okay, so the next one is entertainment, which is actually what I was a part of on my Disney College program. So the very first one is being a character attendant. And basically what that means is you're going to be attending to the characters. Your job is literally to be with the characters 24/7 on your job, right? So you'll be with the line explaining to guests, hey, make sure you get your autograph book out, make sure you're ready to take pictures with Mickey or Goofy or whoever you're meeting. So you're just kind of talking to the guests, and then you're also watching the character to make sure that they're okay, right, for their safety. So if guests are being too rough with the characters or saying inappropriate things, you're kind of monitoring that and being in charge of the characters. So you have to be very good at being attentive to detail and making sure that your character is safe, and then also making sure that the guests in the line are moving efficiently and that they're prepared for the character interaction. So I know a lot of people who are character attendants on their college program, and it's a very competitive thing to get. A lot of people want to be a character attendant. It's one of the most sought after roles here at Walt Disney World, and it's a lot of fun, to be able to attend to that character and hear, Cinderella talking to these little girls. Like, there's just so many cool opportunities in the character attendant department. So if that's something you'd like to do, definitely, let the interviewer know. Okay, the next one, which is what I did on my college program, is being a character performer. So this is really the performance side of entertainment at Walt Disney World. Now for this, you actually have to audition, and I'm actually going to make a separate video of my audition experience with the college program and any tips or tricks for auditioning at, Disney parks in general. But for this, you really do kind of need a performing background, either in dance or acting, and it's probably the most competitive role for the college program at Walt Disney World. But again, you do have to audition. So for mine, you just kind of submitted an audition, they had a callback, and if they wanted you, then, when you get your role for the Disney College program, they'll say, hey, you got character performer. And for this, you'll really be doing meet and greets, and you have the potential, especially if you come during the holidays, to be in the parades or the shows as well. So it's a lot of fun. It's probably the coolest role you could get at Walt Disney World. Not to be biased or anything, but it really is the most sought after role on the college program. But for this one, you kind of need some performing experience. So if you have that performing experience, definitely audition and give it a go. But again, it's very different from the other roles because you do have to audition for it. Okay, The next role I'm going to talk about in entertainment is costuming operations. So this will be, you'll be in charge of costuming for the entertainment department at Walt Disney World, right? So, someone has to wash Cinderella's dress, or someone has to wash Mickey Mouse's bow tie. So that's kind of what the costuming operations is in charge of. They work hand in hand with entertainment and making sure the costumes look really fresh and really good. You also might be helping, dress some of the characters in costuming. So I've heard a lot of really positive things about costuming as well. It's very much the backstage side of things. So you have to kind of determine if you'd like to work backstage at Walt Disney World, because you won't really have as much guest interaction because you are just focused on getting those costumes clean and ready for the characters, right? So if that's something that sounds amazing to you, sounds really fun, then that might be the perfect role for you. Okay, and the very last category of college program roles is lodging, right? So this is a very, very rare category to get on your college program. I know barely any people who have gotten anything in lodging, but you could get bell services and dispatch greeter, which means, you'll really be helping out on bell services side of things, making sure people have checked in their luggage, helping them transport their luggage, all of that. Then there's club level lounge. So the deluxe resort specifically have something called a club level, which is for guests who want a more fancy kind of resort experience. They get a lot of benefits, they'll get food with it, just club level experiences. And so working in the club level lounge, you might be helping prepare the food, you might be cleaning up the lounge, but I honestly don't know anyone on the college program who has done club level lounge, so I can't really speak to it. But if you've done it, please comment down below and let us know what exactly your experience is working in club level. The next one is resort concierge, which means you'll be working at the front desk of the resort, helping people check in and out, and any complaints or, really anything that the front desk has to deal with, that'll be your job. And the thing with this position specifically that I've heard a lot about college program participants is you'll be working sometimes really hard hours, right? So you might be working the night shift, which is all the way overnight into the morning. So your shift could be 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. or something crazy like that on concierge. So it's a really cool experience, especially if you want to get into hospitality management, or if you really want to work in the hotel industry, then this is a really great role for you. But just know that you might be working some really tough hours, and none of your friends might not be working those hours. So definitely something to consider when thinking about resort concierge. And the very last role is a house person. So this is going to be getting all of the rooms ready in the hotel, cleaning them up and getting them ready for guests. Again, I don't know many people that have gotten housekeeper or house person, on the Disney College program. But I do know that this is one of the only, if not the only, tipped role on the college program. So with this one, you can receive tips from guests. So that is a really nice bonus. If you've ever wanted to, kind of work in the housekeeping realm of hotels, then this might be the role for you on the Disney College program. And that is literally the whole entire list of everything that you could do on the college program. Now, once so what happens is you'll have a phone interview, and the interviewer will kind of ask you questions about what you would like to do on the Disney College program, and ask you different questions to determine what would be the best fit for you on the college program. And sometimes it just comes down to what the operation of the parks need, right? So you might really, really want to be a character attendant, but you might be getting food and beverage because that's just what they need at the time. So it is really hard to know what role you'll be getting, but you should get your role a few weeks before going on the college program. You'll get an email saying what your role will be. And yeah, that's really it. It's super exciting. There's so many different fun roles that you could be doing on the college program. So if you've done the Disney College program and you have experience in any of these roles, please comment down below. Let me know. Again, I've only done character performing, so that's really my expertise. Everything else I've just heard from other people in the college program. But if you have experience, please comment down below. Let the viewers know what exactly your experience was in the role. And if you're about to start your Disney College program and you've received your role, please let me know in the comments. Comment down what role you'll be getting, because that's super exciting. And no matter what role you get, it really, you can make the best out of your role, right? It really is what you make of it. So if you have an amazing attitude in any of these roles, I bet you'll really have a great time on the Disney College Program. Like, it really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And even if you don't get the role that you want, I'd encourage you to, stick it through, push through, see if you end up enjoying the role, because you never know what might happen and what kind of friends you might meet. So, yeah, I mean, that was the video, guys. So if you found it helpful, please make sure to like the video, comment any of those things I said, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot more college program content, as well as I'm about to move to Tokyo, actually, to work at Tokyo Disney. So I'm going to be posting a lot of different Tokyo content and, just different things that are happening in my life. So, yeah, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. If you want to see any videos specifically, make sure to comment down below. Tell me what exactly you want to watch. And, I mean, guys, that's really all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right. Ciao.